It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Good time to ask you 5 questions.
I didn't know this was coming, and I'm actually really looking forward to this because I have no idea what you're gonna ask.
This is wonderful. All right. Question number 1, Nikki.
Yes.
What is the worst meal to eat on a first date?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, well, I have two thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Something really messy where you're likely to get it all over your mouth, like
Popular
barbecue.
answer. Yeah.
Or something that's really juicy.
Mhm.
However, I will go with something a little unorthodox.
Okay.
So my partner and I, our very first date, I did this partly as a test because I wanted to see out of people I met online who would be willing to do this with me. At the time, there was a restaurant. It no longer exists. It was in Spadina somewhere.
Okay.
And it was a chain from somewhere in Asia. I don't remember what country, where the idea was they would cook ribs.
Okay.
And then at your table, cut the ribs, wrap them in cheese, and then dip them in kernels of corn.
What?
Yeah. And it had a really weird name. Dean would remember the name of the place, but it was called like, I honestly don't remember. It had a weird name. It was like ribs plus something cheese. Like, I honestly don't remember. But I heard about it and I was like, this is bizarre and hilarious. And I like eating. I like
that's
food.
funny.
Yeah, and I'm like an adventurous eater. And so
Yeah.
like anyone I date can't be like a namby-pamby eater.
Yeah,
like if they're a picky
yeah.
eater, I don't want to date you.
Yeah.
And so we went there and it was hilarious and terrible. It was worse than I thought it was going to be.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, the experts were very good at wrapping the cheese. Like they were like taught how to like wrap it very rapidly.
That's like putting everything that you would get on a traditional barbecue plate and just wrapping
it together. Yeah, but it
They
didn't work.
stuff it with slaw?
They stuffed the rib. They took out the bone and then they stuffed the
it with
cavity
slaw.
with slaw.
Potato salad.
Yeah, so I would say that was terrible. But it was really funny and it was like a bonding moment. And I wanted someone who was willing to do it, not someone going, ew, that's gross. I don't want to do that. Like I wanted someone that was like, yeah, that sounds ridiculous. I'm game. So depending on your point of view, I would say that. Yeah.
Question number 2.
Yes.
What's your favorite late night snack?
Oh, I don't know if it counts as a snack, but like ice cream in general is like
it can be a snack.
It is my go-to food.
Yeah.
Like it will be it's my everything. Like if I could eat ice cream every day actually I will go so far to say I've said this.
Stuff it in a rib?
Yes. I love ice cream enough that if assuming it was nutritionally sound and someone said you can only eat ice cream for the rest of your life, no other food, I would be fine. I would be fine. I love ice cream that much. I never get sick of it.
A dairy allergy.
I'd be devastated. So I would
there's
say
other kinds of ice cream.
I would say ice cream as a snack. Otherwise, I love a good cheesy.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you want a crunchy thing.
You can make a sandwich with the.
You can make cheesy ice cream, which I've never done.
No, don't do that. No.
It would go well with the ribs.
Question number 3.
Yes.
What is a meal that just shoots you right back to childhood?
Oh, tomato soup. Homemade. My grandmother, my Polish grandmother, who's no longer with us, she used to make a tomato soup from scratch that she just called zupa, which just means soup.
My dad says zupa.
Yeah, zupa. So
are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well,
I have thought for years he's just being a putz.
No, it's a real thing. Zupa. It means soup. Like it's not specific. Yeah. So she made zupa.
Oh my gosh!
And it would be made with egg noodles, like very, very thin egg noodles, like almost like angel hair. It was very unusual because it was like very, very thin, fine noodles in a tomato soup that she literally would mush the tomatoes by hand. Like it was all done like with her fists, as if it was a mortar and pestle kind of situation. And then she would mix really heavy cream and some sort of, I think she used a chicken, but honestly, I don't know. Like, I never got the recipe, which I really regret. But if I taste a tomato soup that's very rich like that, it instantly, I think of childhood. So I would say my grandmother's zupa. Yeah.
For years, I thought my dad's being an asshole. Keep saying it's soup.
Zuppa.
Question number 4.
Yes.
Is a hamburger a sandwich?
No. That's my final answer. No, because, and I'll tell you why. Because
Everyone
my
always
final
does.
answer, and I'll tell
Everyone
you why
always
it's
does.
not final at all. It's because if you say hamburger, you know right away what that is. You don't
Right.
have to say, oh, I'm making a hamburger. What? Oh, a hamburger sandwich. Oh, a hamburger sandwich.
It used to be called that.
Not anymore.
No, but
We live in the now.
we do.
Maybe, you know,
It is
X amount of
bread
years
meat
ago.
bread though.
I would say that's, or not necessarily fried, but I guess steamed. Steamed. It can't be steamed. Steamed ham. The Simpsons reference. Steamed ham. I would say it's not a sandwich.
That's fine. That's fine.
I don't
fine.
think it's
Stick with
necessary.
it. Yeah.
I don't
no.
think it's necessary to call it a sandwich. It's
Okay.
inferred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 5.
Yes.
I'm excited to know the answer to this, given your love of ice cream.
Okay.
But if Ben and or Jerry were to knock on your door and say, Nikki, we're naming an ice cream after you, what, pray tell, would they call it? And what would be in your marvelous ice cream?
I can't answer this. This is genuinely, I've never even thought about this in my life. Okay, this is going to be a cop-out answer to some extent.
That's okay.
But what I would do is there's an amazing, this isn't a plug, I'm not affiliated with them, but there's an amazing ice cream shop in Cabbagetown called Good Gang. Shout out to Margaret and Kat, and they're sisters, and they started Good Gang after COVID because they were making ice cream during COVID a lot, and they were very inventive, and then someone said, hey, you should sell this. So they take flavors from their childhood. They're Chinese.
Okay.
And they have this amazing palette where they create the most beautiful ice creams I've ever tried in my life. Everything they make from scratch. Like if there's jam in an ice cream, they make it. Everything is made in small batches. I would defer to them because
to make your ice cream.
To make my ice cream, and maybe we could have a consultation because so many of their flavors are so unique and amazing. I couldn't even pick my favorite of what they do. An ube, a very popular one, ube flan with caramel that they put over top of it. Everything's very unique. It's also a store that I joke is not for children. Like I've literally seen kids wait in line and then their parents describe the menu to them. I've seen 2 kids cry. Because it's adult ice cream. It's like no basic bitch vanilla. Like it's gonna be like adult flavors. They have like flavors.
Can you call your ice cream no basic bitch vanilla?
Yeah. And no basic bitch. Actually just no basic bitch. Because you're right. It would be no basic bitch. Like it would have a lot of components. It would be unusual. Whatever I would create would be not something you could easily get elsewhere or not easily create.
All right, how good is this ice cream, Nikki?
Okay, so this is a video. This isn't my video, but for example of like the medley of flavors, I'm gonna totally mispronounce this, but one of the last things they offered on September 22nd, because they change the ice creams every week, it was called a grape iceberg ice cream, which was muscadine and Concord grape slushy with Fredonia grape jelly that would have been made in-house with a scoop of calamansi cream. This is the no basic bitch stuff I'm referring to.